get to the checkpoint there at the airport in Daegu, and I'm pulling my computer out, and I noticed the inside pouch was open. So I put my hand in there, and that's when I felt the scissors. So I pulled it out. I put my hand back in there again, and that's when I found the dildo.
Marshall in the middle.
My man, Jake Kudelka, everybody. How you doing, buddy?
Fantastic.
Man, it's good to see you. It's been like forever.
Yeah, probably. God, it's been over 10 years. I know that.
Yeah. Tell me, you ended up getting out of what, 2011 or 2012, something like that?
Got out in June of 2013.
Oh, cool. Tell me, tell me about you as a young guy. I met your dad, or I'm Facebook friends with your dad. Apparently he was in the Army with Command Sergeant Major Eimer. I guess I remember that. I guess.
Yeah, they went to AIT together.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about young Jake. Where are you from and stuff?
Right here in Davenport. This is where I was born and grew up.
Davenport, Iowa?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Tell me more.
We didn't spend too long here because when my dad got back from the first Gulf War, we moved back to Fort Bliss, and then back up here, and then back down to Hood.
Oh, that's great. So what made you join the Army?
Honestly, there just wasn't a whole lot of opportunities here at the time for much of anything. So I was actually eating lunch, and when I was in high school, and I saw the recruiters had a desk set up outside. I was like, and I literally said, I've got nothing better to do. So I went and signed up.
Amen. So how old were you at that time?
When I was eating lunch and I saw them, I was 16. So I had to wait a little bit before I could put my name on the dotted line.
Oh, wow. That's it. That's cool. Were you like the Army type? Did you think about being G.I. Joe and all that stuff when you were a kid?
A little bit, yes. I actually had a bunch of G.I. Joes.
Oh, that's cool. What other toys did you play with as a kid?
Let's see. I had the G.I. Joes. I had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. I had Michelangelo. You could press his head down, and when you squeezed his arms, it would pop back up.
The amazing things that we had that amused us, right?
Yeah.
What what was your MOS? Were you a 14 Tango?
Yeah, I was a Tango.
Oh, that's great. What did you think about driving the big trucks and stuff?
It was definitely a bit of a change from what I was used to, driving a small car, maybe a small truck, stepping up to something that was probably, 10, 20 times that size.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I remember one time there's a story about you and Ep. I think you clipped him with the truck or something.
Yeah, we were doing our table 12 out at Kunsan, and we were lining the trucks up, and I wasn't paying attention, and I clipped him. He actually called back while we were waiting for everyone else to finish, called back home to his wife and told him that I hit him with the truck.
Oh, that's great. Did you do good in like basic training and stuff? Were you good at standing straight and running and all that stuff?
Yes, there's actually a pretty hilarious moment. They were following us around, recording everything, and they made this DVD of all the stuff we did in basic training. I wasn't even off the cattle car there at Fort Sill 5 minutes, and I face planted right into the concrete there in the quad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. So did you do well with them, them yelling at you and all the stuff and the dragging the bags around and stuff?
At first, no, but I eventually got better at it.
Yeah. So what was your first unit that you came to? Was it our unit?
Actually, no. For about a week there, I was over at 108th, and then they sent me over to you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you showed up there at well, I guess it was Bravo 552 back then, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What do you remember about those times?
Uh, a lot of good things and some not so good things. The first thing I remember is Mike came and got me from when I was still in AIT, and he took me out. They were doing training over by the gate you take out to Tobin Wells, and introduced me to Sar and Lucero. Baney was there, and then they asked me. They pointed over to this Mustang over in the little parking lot, and he asked me, "What color is that?" And I said, "That's Mary Kay Pink." And from downrange, I could hear a client say, "It's not fucking pink."
Oh, that's funny. He was defending his car, huh?
Yeah, apparently he thought it looked cool. I mean, he swore up and down it wasn't pink, but I knew right away it was the 40th anniversary edition Mustang. It was Mary Kay Pink.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's great. That's great. So tell me about integrating into the unit and living in the barracks and having Army friends and stuff. How'd that go?
That was definitely probably the biggest challenge because I was never much of a people person growing up, and I'm still not now. So that was getting used to, the Army life was probably the biggest challenge.
Oh, I bet. I watched you have a tough time in some areas, and I think we talked a couple of times, and you just was like, you were like, why don't they just leave me alone? I'm not messing with them. Why they got to mess with me? And that was a lot of it, right?
Yeah, it was. And one of those, or I'll say the main offender, which, was Baney, but it ended up actually helping me in the end. Because I remember when I got there, I was, having a hard time with the run. And there was one time they actually sent him chasing me through the run course for the PT test. And I passed. And I actually came across the finish line puking my guts up. But I made it.
Yay. Hey, whatever it took, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it took. What other kind of struggles did you have? Did you have, you said talk about struggling with a PT test. I don't remember you ever like not meeting the standard. I don't ever remember you that way. You always met the standard. You always did what you're supposed to do. You kept your mouth shut. You're a great performer. Oh my gosh.
I guess it was more just, I met the standard. It was like interacting with people socially was the biggest problem I had.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The best one I can think of would be what was his name? The one incident that's I can never remember his name. He came to us from, I think it was Charlie Company when we were in Fort Bliss, and God, it wasn't. I can never remember his name. I think it was Staff Sergeant Thorpe. And there was one incident that stood out. I had to go over to battalion for something, and the one uniform I picked out that day happened to be the only one I had that had no patches on it. It was completely, there was nothing on it at all. And I got my ass handed to me when I went over to battalion, and I froze up because I didn't know what to do in that situation. And the first name that came out was Sergeant Thorpe because he was at the time my squad leader. And I went right by him that morning coming out of the barracks. And if anyone should have noticed that my uniform didn't have any patches on it, it was him. And he didn't do
it. You got your butt chewed.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. So tell me about, about did you see the success of our unit like I did? I thought we were very successful with Table 12. We had a good cohesion. We had a good time over there.
We were a very good team, and there's, you could see everyone was working together towards, passing the Table 12 and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What did you do for fun? I know you were big into computers and some video games.
Yeah, and I still am. That's pretty much what I did with most of my time.
Yeah, yeah. You built some monster computers and cooling systems and all kinds of cool stuff, right?
They still talk about that. I remember. I remember. I know one that'll people will probably remember for a long time. When we were in Korea in '07, I got this. Literally, it was an oversized fan, and I put it in, and I turned it on, and Turner was in the room with me. Al and Castillo could hear it through the concrete walls in their room next to us.
Oh wow!
And
You
they
had to
actually,
keep it cool though. You
yeah,
had it overclocked, right?
that one, no, you couldn't do it on that one.
Oh wow! So, what other kind of hobbies do you have now? What kind of things you do now?
Well, I got my car now.
Tell me about your car.
It's a 2021 Kia Forte. So far, the only thing I've done to it, because for whatever reason, everything for it is monstrously expensive, is what was it? I switched out the airbox from something else because it had a bigger snorkel on it. That's the only thing I've done so far.
Watch out! Watch out! You're gonna have that overclocked and customized and cooling fans on it, ain't you?
No, that was actually, oh, what was that? I got it right before I got out, and I dumped probably a good $25,000 into that one.
Whoa! Wow!
Yeah, and it definitely showed. I'll never forget the look on the salesman's face when I went to go trade it in, because it wasn't very practical. Like, the back seat in it was an afterthought. So I take it in there, and they go to take it for a test drive to appraise it. He goes to pull out of the parking lot, and he gives it a little gas. He ends up doing 2 complete turns and ends up facing the dealership.
Oh no!
And he comes back in, and he said, "That thing's fucking scary."
So tell me about having Baney as a squad leader.
That was definitely a unique experience for anyone because, well, he's Baney. But it was, in the end, it was a good, a positive experience, because it wasn't like, I realize now he wasn't out to, to just, make fun of or terrorize you. He was there to help you, and he did. The one incident that really stands out would be, this happened at Bliss, and it's funny. He's walking around in the barracks, knocking on random people's doors, and he's got his Cubs jersey on, and he's really drunk. So I opened the door, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Good, Sergeant Baney. What can I do for you?" He's like, "I'm bored." And I was like, "You should probably go back home. You look pretty drunk." And he's like, "Yeah, I should go home." The funny part about that is, later that night, he went and proposed to, I guess it's now his ex-wife.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Later on that night, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you'd have let him in, he might have proposed to you. So good thing. Good thing you shoot him on his way.
Yeah.
There's a famous incident that happened at an airport.
Yes, the dildo in my carry-on bag. That actually started out, he told me like a few days before that he was going to put it in Sergeant Crawford's bag. And I actually believed him. And I always wondered why everyone was giggling about it. So I didn't think anything of it at the time. We get to the checkpoint there at the airport in Daegu, and I'm pulling my computer out, and I noticed the inside pouch was open. So I put my hand in there, and that's when I felt the scissors. So I pulled it out. I put my hand back in there again, and that's when I found the dildo. So I'm standing there in line at the checkpoint. It's flopping around in my hand, and I said, "He put it in my bag." And Captain Omasta said, "That is freaking awesome."
Oh my gosh. There you are at the international airport in Korea holding a pair of scissors and a dildo, right?
Yes. And that's funny, because there's people that I don't even know of, that I've never met in my life before, that know that story.
I was there. I was on the other side of the checkpoint, and I heard the roar behind me, and I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at Baney, and I'm just fuming, right? I'm about to explode in my head. I'm about to kill Baney, right? I'm about to kill him.
Yeah, I got across the checkpoint because I was ahead of him in the line, and I'm standing there by this row of chairs, and I mean, there was literal steam coming off of me. And Mills and Al were standing there, you know, like dancing in front of me, trying to get me to respond. And I'm just standing there stone faced.
Oh, it's you looking back on it, it's one of those moments of a lifetime. But
Yes.
at the time, I was so flipping mad. I was so mad. I could have taken Baney and thrown him into a jet engine, I swear.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that at the time.
But looking back on it, it was fun. You know, I got him in my office, and it was, you know, it was like 2 weeks later before I found, because we all separated once we hit the ground. But once I finally got a hold of him, I chewed him out good.
I can imagine, because that's, you know, a little joke's fine, but something like that, that's carrying it a little too far.
Yeah. I mean, the scissors could have got you put in jail.
Yeah, just that alone. And believe it or not, here's the scary part. At that time, it was illegal to bring dildos in or out of Korea.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
we didn't find that out until after the fact, though.
Jake Kudelka, political prisoner in Korea for having a sex toy.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh my. You know, tell me about, you know, your career. You know, did you make sergeant? Did you go to the promotion board and stuff?
I did go to the promotion board when I went back to Korea, but I did not pass.
Oh no.
Well, in my opinion, the lackluster preparation. I'm not going to say who my squad leader was at the time. They know who they are, who should have, you know, put more effort into helping me pass instead of in what I consider pencil whipping it. I didn't pass the promotion board when I went. I went to prepare to go again when I made it to WTV right before I was getting out. And then I found out once you're at a certain point in the process, you can't be promoted anymore.
Right. Tell me about those. What, I mean, did you plan on staying in longer? Did you re-enlist at all, or you just serve your one enlistment?
I did re-enlist. I believe it was in 2008 when I went to HHB.
That's great. That's great. So you came to HHB with me when we got back from Korea, and then I retired shortly thereafter. What did you do in HHB?
Basically, if they needed a body for something, that I was one of those bodies.
I got you. I remember those times. It was weird times, right? We had no equipment for a long time.
Yeah, I remember when we eventually got it. I think one of the first things off the trailer when we got it was that Vulcan that sat in front of battalion. And I remember, I think Major McKnight was there, and he's like, "I'm the only person that knows how to, you know, to drive the thing because it did run." And I was like, "No, you're not, Major McKnight. I have the manual right here," which I did. It was in my bag.
Oh, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
How'd you end up with the manual?
I actually found it at a, I'm trying to remember the name of the place. It was outside the gate by the AutoZone on Rancier. There was a surplus store.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. Your video is awful. The lighting.
Yeah. I may have to go outside. I'm actually inside in the basement.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, let me get my shoes on. I'll go outside.
So you say you live in Iowa?
Yes.
Beautiful part of the country, but I've never been there.
Well, it was until about August 10th last year. That's when
What happened?
That's when that giant line of thunderstorms rolled through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it literally. Yeah, I was actually at work when we heard the tornado siren go off. We're like, what is this for? And I'm standing outside by my work truck and I look out to the west and I was like, ah, crap. Because it was like from the moment I saw "aw crap" till all hell broke loose was about a minute.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because the storm itself was moving through this area at about 70 miles an hour.
Oh, wow. So what do you do for work?
I work at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So where are we at now? Just out in your backyard?
Yeah, I'm out in the backyard.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, part of what we're doing, and and maybe we can begin to close it out. Think about maybe some final stories or what have you. But we're doing this to partly, Sergeant Mason passed away not long ago, and
Yeah,
part of it is a tribute to being able to tell these stories while we're still healthy, right? We have so many of those things. I would love it if maybe I could call us to attention and we would sound off with lock, cock, ready to rock, and then maybe you could give me a hand salute and sign out.
I'll try because my right hand's busted. I pulled an oopsie at work last year and shattered my hand.
Oh, you'll do the best you can. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You want to do
Right.
that real quick?
Let me find a better spot here. Hopefully I don't cut out again going into the garage.
Uh,
All right, I'm still there.
yeah, looking good, man. Looking good. All right, here we go.
All
Battery, attention.
Lock, cock,
Rock,
ready.
cock, ready to rock. Oh, I love it. Thanks, man. That's perfect, dude. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool to think about those old Army memories and stuff, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I heard you went a little bit wild over there on your second tour to Korea. Did you get a little girl crazy over there the second time?
Yeah, I did actually. Everybody thought for some reason, one person even thought I was gay.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm out on pass and I didn't notice at the time. I was walking through downtown Seoul with my girlfriend and I didn't notice Coates was there. And we go back to formation I think it was the next Monday. And he's like, I saw you when I was up in Seoul. And he was like, who is that? And I was like, my girlfriend. He's like, who? He's like, yeah, my girlfriend. Because everybody thought that, that I was either gay or just wasn't interested in women.
Oh, I just thought you were just a little frustrated trying to figure out how to wrangle one around. That's what I figured.
No.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, Jake, man, it's been great to talk to you, man. I've enjoyed it so much, man. I've had a blast. Is there anything you want to talk about I haven't asked you about or anything?
Nothing I can think of.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you were such a valuable member of the team, and I appreciate you putting your life on the line with me and our fellow brothers and sisters in arms. You're a true hero, man. You got up, you did what you're supposed to do. You puked at the end of the PT test when you had to, right?
Yeah, that's not the only time. As a matter of fact, I just thought of something. Do you remember when we went to that National Guard base to train right before we left for Korea? Over the course of the week that we're there, we kept throwing like random food scraps and stuff in one of those buckets that the antifreeze would come in. And somebody got the bright idea to go and dump it in one of Alpha Company's trucks. And I I pulled the short straw. I took it out of the tent in the morning and I threw up. It stank so bad I threw up. And then I think it was Sergeant Parsons and I forgot who else it was. They took it over there and they poured it all over the cab of one of the trucks. And when Alpha Company rolled out before we did, we could see them hanging their heads out of the truck because it stank so bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Crazy times, right? Playing tricks and pranks on your brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh wow. I see you got your t-shirt, man. Thank you so much. And we'll get together your coin and your box and your thumb drive, and we're gonna try to gather up as many pictures as we can of you and stuff.
I got a bunch of those. I got to get them off my computer and sent to that email address.
Yeah, send them to me. I would love to put it all together, man. It's such an honor. Jake Kudelka, thank you, man. You're a hero, buddy.
Yes, I am.
I love it. Thank you. I salute you.
Salute you.
Airborne.